What is going on, everybody? So I'm at the USCCA Expo, and I ran into the one and only Kevin Dixie.
Oh, you're too kind, man. How's your trip so far?
Man, it's been fantastic, and
Good.
Thank you so much for agreeing to sit down. So real quick, I just wanted to pull Kevin to the side and just ask him what's on his heart. What's on your heart, brother?
You know what, right now, two things. The one that's the easiest to get out is my excitement about being here at the USCCA Expo in Fort Worth. I got an opportunity and have another opportunity tomorrow to continue to speak to the crowd and address them and help them out with some things. So I like that. I'm teaching 5 classes here. Seeing people like yourself, interacting with people that have been supporting me online and supporting the mission and things like that. So just the whole thing, and watching people be educated and seeing what the USCCA can bring to our community and how they can help protect us and educate us. So I love that.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that is the hardest hitting to me right now is the Greenwood Project, which obviously when I say that, your audience is probably like, well, what is he talking about, right? But the Greenwood Project is something that I've been working on for a few years now, one in concept, and now it's time to execute, and we've done phase 1. So basically, everything that I've been preaching and teaching about for the past 25 years or so has come to a point where it's like, okay, I need to do more. As the world shifts, you need to shift with it, right? So one thing I've noticed is we still have, and we always will have, a need to educate the human being, and that's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about educating my community, and I'm passionate about showing other individuals that there are educated individuals that come from our communities, right?
That's right.
So, and that is a benefit to everyone, because then I want to share with everybody, right? So getting young people, getting old people, getting middle-aged people, and everybody in between to a place where we can help them. So the Greenwood Project aims to do a couple of different things. One, bring in and help the human aspect of who we are. So with that, we're going to do reading and writing classes, financial literacy, de-escalation skills. When was the last time you seen an etiquette course?
Ooh,
right? Civics classes. We're going to talk about mentorship. We're going to help breed mentors. We are going to do a lot of things with agriculture, gardening, bushcraft, bow and arrow, basic mechanical skills. And now when I say that, we're going to do these things, and I'm also a man that realizes that there's no need to reinvent the wheel. I think I'm fairly great at recognizing greatness in other people. So there are some of these programs that I'm mentioning where I'm actually just going to yank on other people that already do these things but don't have a place to do it, right? So I'm going to assist them, because it's still all about us helping each other, right? And then a lot of the programs I'll be running myself, but I'm very big on complementing the skill sets of other people. And we'll do that, and that's going to be one side of the property, if you will. And then there'll be all kind of little bitty things that happen in between.
So this is on a specific property?
Yes, this is all at one location. Okay. And that's going to be, that is my goal for that. And then we're going to do, dietary classes and all these things that people just need.
Building a whole human.
A human, you got to help them out. And anything that they want to know, and it won't matter where you come from, what color you are, what your financial level is, we have to get to a place, we always talk about building a more unified America, right? But yet, everything we do in division, right? So you can understand that my inspiration in my heart was behind the community that I grew up with. Absolutely. That's where I seen the problem. And I'm always going to help out my people, period. Except when we get out of that zone, I'm still an American, and I still understand other Americans need assistance. So there's no point of saying just because this motivated me, there's no reason why I can't impart this information and knowledge upon you. So that's one side of it. On the other side of it, we're doing firearms training. Because for too long, guns have been taboo. So we can fix the human, and then once the human builds that equity up in himself or recognizes that equity, now we're going to teach you how to protect the equity. I don't have to sell you a gun. I just got to show you that you're worth something.
That's right.
Right? That's it. And you'll recognize the equity yourself. So, but we're going to offer professional firearms training. If you just split the land in half, on one side it'll be all the community stuff, and on the other side there'll be the professional firearms training, except the Greenwood Project is going to do something unique. I'm in a position to where, with the help of my partners, to where I could say, hey, great, no other choice, my company has its own range. I'm going to have something that a lot of people wish they had, right? Plenty of land to do plenty of teaching. Except, how does that really help? So I'm going to actually, on that facility, we're going to have 10 other firearms businesses operating, right? To where they're going to have a place to where they can financially afford it. But they're also going to help out with the community aspect of what we do, because every monthly fee or whatever that they pay to operate on the land goes right back to help the kids and the families that we're helping on the other side, right? So it's a continuous cycle. So you have the gun industry having a place where it can operate, educate Americans. They're free to do it. We're not going to be going around checking for NFA paperwork and all this crazy mess that other ranges do, right? We're going to trust that the professionals there are going to operate and control themselves like professionals. But at the same time, every round that's pressed on that land is going to go right back and cycle and help educate people and help teach them about the Constitution and teach them about civics. So it's a continuous cycle. So we're going to allow that to happen too, because I also want to see small business grow, because that's a bloodline of America. So I want to see these other small businesses grow. I didn't want to just cannibalize all of that land and things for myself when there's an opportunity to help other businesses grow. So that's the Greenwood project, and the reason why it's named Greenwood is after Tulsa, Oklahoma. In the Tulsa massacre, and it's called Greenwood because we're rebuilding what's lost, and this time we can protect it.
That's right.
And so that's exactly what it is, and it's going to be a phenomenal project. We've secured the 40 acres, so we own the land now, and now it's time to start developing it.
So I know you said 40 acres. Is that number significant to you, or did it just so happen to be 40?
Significant, yes, because of the obvious, right?
Yes.
But accidentally significant. There was 2 properties I could have bought. One was 30, one was 40.
Get the 40.
And the 40 was such a deal, it made sense just to buy the 40. So it was after the purchase of the 40, and then it was kind of like 40 acres. I mean, come on. Like you kind of got to get the 40, right? Yeah. So I went ahead and grabbed the 40, and then we're going to go, and the plan is to buy the 32.
That's awesome.
To make it a total 70. But yeah, the 40 was like, let's do that right now.
That's awesome. And it's so good to hear this, because it does a few things at once, and something that I've been in my mind I've been big about it, and every once in a while I'll say it out loud just so people can hear it, is ownership is key. And I'll type it out online. Ownership is emoji key, the key emoji. Because if you don't actually have something that's yours that you can let somebody use, or you can rent out to somebody, like what do you have? People can take it right from underneath you. Yeah. Like, you have no right to protect something that's not yours. This is important, and I'm glad to hear that you're moving the ball forward. This isn't just talk. I've heard of some of the different steps that you've taken, and some of the people that have tried to come alongside you in this. But I know that you need more people to come alongside you to make this a reality. Like, Absolutely. How can people come alongside you and make this thing actually happen for the benefit of all Americans, but especially the ones that you've had in mind for so long?
Put your resources where your mouth is.
Yeah.
So if you want to help, there is the GoFundMe. It's gofundme.com/aiming for the truth. And Aiming for the Truth is nonprofit. We're just titling this particular project Greenwood, but it's under the Aiming for the Truth umbrella. And it is nonprofit, so guess what? You get to write it off on your taxes. And that's 1. 2, tell everybody about it. So all your audience members that encounter this video, share this video. I know they'll have my social media handle and all that stuff. Share the video, because sometimes that's what I mean by your resources. Right?
What do you have?
What do you have? What do you have to offer? And then 3, we will be putting together a day. We're going to call it the Greenwood Day. I'm going to schedule that out. I'm big on logistics, so we're going to make sure it's all scheduled out, because I want to honor people's time. Where we're going to say, hey, this is Greenwood Day, which is going to be a total of 3 days, and we need these skill sets to come down and lend your skill sets. Even if all you can do is pick up a dead tree and pick it up and move it. So we can kind of cut back some of the cost of development if people are willing to put their blood, sweat, and tears into it and come out and help develop the land. So we're going to be putting that day together too, because it's very important to understand the only reason that Greenwood, East St. Louis, when it was in its prime, and all these other communities that were built in this country in some of the harshest times, and now we're under political harshment, the reason they were able to succeed is because people invested. So in this country, we are so selfish. You know, it's all about me, what I do in this moment, right? I'm mad and I want to have road rage with you because you cut me off. How dare you cut me off? You interfered in my day. It's all me. We need to get back to the point of we. We need to be able to invest, and we need to be able to pour into it. Man, look, I don't get millions of views when I put up videos of me mentoring young men. Matter of fact, I barely put the videos up. But you know what? Because it's not about me in that moment, it's about them.
That's right.
It's about pouring into them. So we have to get back more into the mindset of what can we do? You know, and even when you get down to Americans in the Second Amendment that believe in freedom, unfortunately, we'll get online and we'll yell about, well, the NRA disappointed me and they didn't do this and these gun orgs don't do this. Okay, great. You acknowledge the problem. What's your solution? So now we have a place. One thing that we need a place to do is execute our ability to exercise the Second Amendment, right?
That's right.
What else do we need? You talk to those same people like, I want a unified America. Great, we have a place where we're going to unify Americans. Matter of fact, it's to show so much unity, this idea of unifying Americans was started by a black guy. What better way to show that you actually are about the American spirit than backing a minority that came up in this country, didn't make excuses, pulled itself up by the bootstraps and said, not only am I going to do it, but I want to do it for the betterment of everyone around me, black, white, and in between. But I'm not going to kowtow to you just because I have a love and an affinity of love for black people, because that's where I come from. But I also realize in order to love, I can't love you till I love me.
Yeah.
And I love me so much, I want to love you. So everybody come here, we can all love on each other. So
It just sounds so healthy.
it is healthy, man. Or you can just sit at home and keep talking about, I wish that this country can be better and I wish we had a place to do something. Or you can get up, put on your pants, get your shirt on, get your boots on, or whatever you wear, and you can come up and you can pick up an axe, or you can share that $5. People always say, oh, don't buy that cup of coffee and share that $5. No, man, have your cup of coffee. You deserve that cup of coffee.
Right.
But if you got $5, I'd appreciate you sharing it. So
A lot of people, honestly, they make time and they spare a little bit of cash for the things they really care about. Like if you have a bleeding heart for the guy sitting on the street corner, you'll look in your armrest and you'll find a little spare coin for him. Like if you really want to help out, if you have a friend who hits you up that you know that this is not a habit for them and they're struggling, you'll pull out $100 and you'll sacrifice. You will. That's just the nature of the human experience. Is if you love somebody or you have it in your heart to love somebody, you actually do it. Now, obviously, a lot of people don't know you personally. I've met you a few times. I think you're a fantastic gentleman.
Thank you,
And
sir.
I really hope that you, the viewer, listener, wherever you are, take a second, look into KD, check out his track record, see about the things that he's actually done, and then consider, am I gonna go give my time? Am I gonna give a few bucks? Am I just gonna share the video because that's really all I have? And that's free. You know, you could even, just liking this video, that's free. But share it, please share it. I know you've got 3 or 4 people who will look at your text messages and be like, okay, cool, what's this? Oh, what's this about? You know? And if this was a scam, I wouldn't have them here. So definitely do your own homework. But once you've done that homework, put your money where your mouth is, put your efforts where your mouth is, and support people who are trying to make a better world for humans, for Americans, for people that look just like you and me, or even just like you. Like, consider it, and yeah, that's all I've got. And was there anything else you wanted to share?
No, I would just say, well, thank you for listening. I like everything that he said. I have nothing to really add. I would just toss in there, as you were going about your day and your world and living your life. One thing I always love to tell people at the end of my classes and the end of my talks is, do yourself a favor and do me a favor and do him a favor and do your family a favor. Everyone take 5 to 10 minutes a day and pour back into yourself. Think about what you can do. Do you need 5 minutes on a balcony? You know, just sitting under a blanket if it's chilly and getting lost in your thoughts? You like listening to music in your car? You like having a cigar? You like having a sip of an adult beverage? You like some cold Kool-Aid with the little frost on it out of the freezer? Whatever your thing is. And take 5 to 10 minutes a day and enjoy that.
Yeah.
Pour back into yourself, clear your thoughts, leave your phone alone, and pour back into yourself, because another thing that we're dealing heavy with in this country is mental health. And people need to be okay with recharging that battery every day, and we think that sleep is recharging. It is not necessarily the truth, right?
You wake up stressed.
Yeah, you can wake up stressed, absolutely. So just pour back into yourself and love yourself. That's the one thing I would ask that you do for me outside of with the Greenwood Project. So that's all I got.
Absolutely. KD, thank you.
No, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. And until next time, keep it costly.